Good morning and welcome to the start of the Warriors Refuge. This is a 7-sign project that I get to be involved in, and I am so honored that they reached out to me and asked me to be a part of this. If you'll hang on, I'll show you how we're going to lay these out with the laser, and I'll explain to you how we're going to go about making these all, and then in the subsequent videos you'll see how they're going to come to life. So if you would, stick around. I'll be right back. The best way for me to introduce you to the Warrior Refuge is to read what Dr. Cliff Robertson Jr., Executive Director, has posted on their website, and I will include a link to their website in the descriptions down below. It says, "I am writing to you today because of a why that makes me wake up every morning, ending veteran homelessness and working with veterans to help them get back on their feet and back in the fight for their lives. According to the VA, close to 100,000 veterans, both men and women, are currently homeless in America. They go on to tell us that 1.5 million are on the verge of becoming homeless. I understand what this means because not that many years ago, I was a homeless veteran and I needed help. If it had not been for a small nonprofit in Tyler, Texas, I would have remained on the street. Yet, the shelter became my launching pad, my place where I could push the restart button on my life and begin again, and I did. Now I am working to make as big a dent in the homeless numbers and also work toward helping those who are on the verge of being homeless through case management, counseling, and training. My name is Dr. Cliff Robertson Jr., and I am the Executive Director of the Warriors Refuge, a 501c3 nonprofit veterans homeless shelter, counseling and resource training center. We were given a former nursing home that we have 1/3 renovated, and back in June of 2019 began taking men and women in as our capacity allowed for. Once completed, we will have the ability to house 120. We could sure use your help. Dr. Cliff Robertson Jr., Executive Director." Those are his words. This man has been there, he's done that, he knows what it means. So, as a veteran myself, and by the grace of God, there go I. I'm not in need of their services, but I'm honored to be able to help them and help our vets in my own short, little, small way. So, thanks a bunch, Dr. Robertson. Okay, let me explain what the layout is that you're looking at. This is just one of 7 signs that I'll be doing. All the signs will be identical except for the corporation name, who is a donor, and obviously this one is the Moody Foundation, but all of them are going to be identical. The blue lines that you see represent the actual 1 foot by 2 foot piece of material that I'm going to be doing the sign on. Obviously what we're looking at is the United States flag, and then laying on the surface in those 6 circles will be the logo of the 6 branches of the military. Yes, that's at 6. President Trump added the Space Force Division as a new branch of the military, so now we have 6 branches rather than 5. So all of the stars, the stripes for the flag, and all of the carving will be done by hand with my router and then hand painted. Each logo of the 6 branches will be laser engraved and cut out, and then I will hand paint them with their color scheme, and then those will be attached to each flag. So each flag will be laid out identical with the exception of the name of the corporate sponsor. Obviously that will change for each one. So anyway, this is a layout for the one for Moody Foundation, and what I have to do is, you see in the center there's a center line, and then there are the green arrows here and here. Those are line marks because my laser only has a working area of 18 inches wide 12 inches tall, and obviously with this being 12 by 24, I can't get it the full width, so I have to split the program in two so that I can keep it and get it all lined back up and do it. So it works out great. So anyway, I'll be right back and we'll show you how we're going to lay it out on the laser. Okay, what I'm showing you is a board that I have prepared and ready to do for my next one. And what I had to do is I have to draw diagonal lines from corner to corner, which gives me the center mark, and then I just lay out a perpendicular and horizontal lines, and this gives me dead center of the board, which I need to know to get this laid out. But I need the horizontal and vertical lines to help make sure I get the board laid out exactly perfect for the first side of the sign that I laser out engrave. Once I get that done, the second one is not critical. I can actually put it at an angle and my laser will compensate and make it right. But let me pull this board out of the way and I'll show you one that I've already done. And here you can see this is for the Kitty Nash Gross Foundation, one of the corporate sponsors. So I have the 6 logos laid out, the circles for the logos. I have the stars for the background. Obviously this is the Union. It's hard for y'all to see, but there are the stripes that I can see to carve the 13 stripes for the flag. And then all of the wording will be done by hand, be hand carved. So this is a basic layout for me. So obviously behind the circles, I'm not worried about having to carve those. I'll carve up to them because the logos are going to sit right over the top, so you won't see what's behind them, but I need the lines laid out for the whole length. So this is just a quick layout. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit, maybe get y'all some better vision where you can see the lines. There you go. Okay, so these are all layout lines for me, so they will work, and we'll get it laid out. So if you'll hang on, we'll be right back and we'll get into it. One of the first things I have to do is I have to use this focal stick, and I have to focus the beam of my laser. So I have to adjust it to where this little lip right here just sits right over the top of that lip right there, and that tells me that I have my laser focused properly. So now that I've got it focused, that red beam is on the center dot, and I want to see exactly, let me back out a little bit, oops, other way. I want that line to track up and down here, and I want to make sure that that's vertically correct. And we'll go here. All right. And going to make just ever so slight a change in the board. Right there. Look at it again. Okay. That looks pretty good vertically. Now let's look at it horizontally. And we're way off, so come back, check it here. Off just a little bit there. Still just a little bit. That looks pretty good. Come back and we'll check it vertically again. Just a touch. Okay, so now I've got it lined up. I'm going to go ahead and set the program up, and I'll send it over here in just a second, and we'll get it engraved the first half. I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I have side 1 loaded up. Again, this is half of the project. I can only do a portion of it, so I split it in half. So that side 1 loaded up. It's already been sent over to the computer. I've got my board laid out, lined up. So hang on, I'm going to reset and we're going to go ahead and run this one. Okay, I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to see. It's hard to video through the lens of the lid, but here we go. We're going to get it kicked off. It won't take long to do it either. Okay. Y'all can't hardly see them, but there's some blue tape on there at the top and the bottom of the middle lines, and that is so that I can put the registration marks that I need to line up on. I burn them into the tank, to the tape, rather than burning them into the actual wood. Now where it's burning across that tape right there, I'm not worried about it. The laser will burn all the way through on that. Just about finished. Alright, there we are. We're finished. Let's open the lid and let's see what we can see. Okay. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for y'all so you can see how the 6 circles were cut. We'll swing over here to the right a little bit. Zoom in over here. On the tape you can see where part of the words were cut through, and those cut all the way through into the wood, but the little crosshairs right, I can get my finger right there, the little crosshairs, those did not burn all the way into the wood, they just burned into the tape. So I have that one there and then one at the top, and then what I'll do is I'll use those for alignment purposes when I do the second half. So when I come back, I'll be set back up and we'll burn the second half. Okay, now I've gotten the laser set up on the 2 diode spots. We're going to hit the frame button and we're going to watch and see how close it resembles in hitting on those 2 dots. Okay, we're going to go ahead and close the lid, and I think we've got it set up right. We'll see. We're going to let it run. Back out a little bit and give it a more of a overall view. And see if we can get us some more view of it. Doing the Moody Foundation name now. There, we're done. Okay, now, so we can see we got the circle completed. We pick right back up, and your contribution, even though you can't see it through the tape, it is cut into there. Alright, and that was all picked up just perfectly where it needed to be. So we got this one laid out. So that is how we're going to do all of them. So when I come back in the next video, we will be doing the actual carving. Well, this is going to be a wrap up for the first video in this series, The Warrior's Refuge. I want to thank everyone for following me along this way. There'll be quite a few more videos coming out. Like I said, there are 7 signs I'm making, so I'm going to film various portions, and you'll see how these all progress. Like I said, the only change between one side to another is the corporate sponsor. So again, I want to thank everyone who's followed me along the way. If you see a veteran or know of a veteran who needs help, please help them. Reach out to the VA centers or some organizations like the Warriors Refuge that can help them. Again, like I said, I'm a peacetime veteran. I never saw the hells of war. I can't compare my military experience to theirs, and I won't even pretend to. I hold our wartime veterans, both men and women, in the highest of regards. You're on a pedestal that I can't even touch. I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And for the families of the veterans who didn't come home from war, God bless you. We love you all. And again, reach out for support, because this isn't just about the veteran who served. This is about the families as well. We love you. We appreciate everything that y'all have been through. So thanks again. Hug your family. Tell everybody you love them. God bless, and I'll see you soon.